Tonight, the suspected bad guy is behind bars, but the scars and the pain are still there for the woman forced to live through it. KMTV Action 3 News reporter Kelly Bartnick is live at 156th and Giles to explain. Kelly?
Jenny, well, it all began here in this neighborhood on July 7th, and tonight Nicole Cswercko is recovering at her home. Her mother says she is in pain, and the family is still dealing with all of the emotional pain and pressure that this event has put on them. But she is talking tonight so that other mothers don't have to go through what her daughter did.
But if she hadn't have got out of that car, nobody could have helped her. She's the hero. She's a very strong person. Very, very strong.
Tammy Cswercko is not over the tragedy her daughter Nicole went through. She says emotions don't get easier even as her daughter begins to physically heal.
I was just scared to death. But when they told me, I didn't know if she was going to live or die. Just basically been in shock since it happened. You don't ever expect to get that kind of news.
Cswercko says Nicole had broken up with Dylan Doblin and moved home. On July 7th, he barged into the home daycare Nicole worked at near 156th and Giles. Then he dragged her to his car at knife point. Police say he stabbed Nicole more than once, but somehow she managed to get away after he crashed his car near Gretna.
Nicole was just so scared. And I know they're scared, but they've got to reach out for help. Tell somebody to get help in some way. Because you don't ever want your child to go through something like this.
You're not alone, and it wasn't your fault. And we believe you. We believe that something horrible happened to you, and we want to help you.
Elizabeth Power represents the Women's Center for Advancement, which helps domestic violence victims. She wants others suffering to know there is help. And to the bystanders who helped get Nicole to safety, Power says thanks, too.
If those people hadn't stepped up, she might have lost her life. And they honestly saved her life. And hopefully, if somebody would see something in the future, they might think twice about just ignoring it.
Cswercko is recovering at home in her mother's care. The family is less trusting of strangers after this tragedy, but closer too, and grateful for each other and those who saved her daughter's life.
Just always hug your children and tell them that you love them every day, because anything could happen.
The family says that they cannot say thank you enough. Now, Nicole had to go through some major surgery. As we mentioned, she's still recovering from that. A fund has also been set up to help the family recoup some of those expenses. That's at the SAC Federal Credit Union. Now, also, to anyone who might be struggling to get out of an abusive relationship, pay attention to the number on your screen here. It's the hotline at the Women's Center for Advancement. We also have information with this story on KMTV.com. Reporting live tonight, Kelly Bartnick, Action 3 News.
The man accused of that kidnapping remains in jail on a $5 million bond. Dylan Doblin faces a long list of charges, including attempted murder and kidnapping. Doblin is scheduled to return to court next Tuesday. Prison records show he served time in 2012 after being convicted of making terroristic threats.